And we are only a few minutes late, folks. Thanks for coming on by as we look at this example of a thing. And I have no code in my thing, so. And Those who don't know, Advent of Code 25 problems released daily at midnight Eastern, which is only a minute ago. And we are going to solve day 23's problemo. Some kind of thing. Oh, it thinks it's German. Okay, it's a German problem, apparently. It's a grid, that's all we know. Big, scary grid. We're looking at a small version of grid. We have cool grid. Okay, logic for this. For example, wait, what? That's a horrible example. To consider just these 5 elves, the northern 2, blah, blah, blah. What is this, Conway's Game of Life or something? The number of empty ground tiles is 110, so we have that going on. Okay, let's see what this logic is. Consider these 5 elves. The northmost 2 and southernmost 2 all move north, while middle cannot move north and move south. Okay. Great. Elves move, blah, blah, blah. First half of each round considers 8. Great, so it's a full 8. If there are no elves, otherwise, they look in 4 directions and propose moving 1 step in the first. Valid. No elf north. Move north. No elf south. West. Okay. Move to the proposed destination if they were the only elf to propose moving to that position. To move elves go there, don't move. Okay, I understand this. So, these 2 and the southernmost ones propose moving north. Why do these 2 southerns want to go north? They first go north. Okay, north by default. Middle elf cannot move north and goes south. Middle elf goes the same direction as southwest, so neither of them. They both go to this coordinate. Northernmost all propose moving south. Hold up. Why do you all want to go south? Aren't you supposed to go north first? The first direction the elves considered is moved to the end of the list of directions. Ah, this is a circular array. We love circular arrays. Okay, I kind of understand that logic. The larger example. Oh, there's a larger example. Okay, we love larger examples. So we need this one. Well, how many rounds is this? Yeah, we want large example. Small example has no numeric output. There we go. Okay, big example. Make sure they're on the right track. After round 10 that they're making good progress to cover a number of ground. Count the number of empty tiles contained by the smallest rectangle that contains every elf. So this rectangle. Awesome. Okay, so it's 10 rounds. So 10 rounds, number of empties, and area of elves. Got that. Okay, we gotta turn this into a matrix. So matrix is by data split every new line. And each of these we will spread into a lovely new array. And now we have our cool matrix. Now we need to begin our round of moves. Well, since this matrix is technically expanding, we're not using a matrix, we're using a world. World equals new map, congratulations, and this is simply, well, this is a set because they have no values, so it's going to be const wanted moves, and this is a new map, which is going to be from the string of a coordinate to a new coordinate. Well, technically, no. It's going to be the coordinate we want to move to, and who wants to move to those coordinates. Got it. For let r equals 0, r less than 10, r++, that's our lovely round counter. So first half we do the weird thing. Now we're great. We have, what do we call this? Directions. So I guess we want that circular array, don't we? Let's find that circular array wherever I left it. Somewhere around here. Could search for it. There we go. Big circular array. Big fan, big fan. Okay, so we have our const directions equals circular array, and these are meant to be north. A, of course, Ryan. I appreciate that. Yeah, of course. Get that sleep. Only a few days till Christmas. The holidays, the whole shebang. So no worries at all. So north, south, east, and west. Wrong. It's west and east. There we go. Love this. Well, technically, oh no, this isn't how our circular array really works. Nope, not our cool circular array. I guess we want start to equal 0, right? Yeah, so start is this, and then we want to rotate does this, and then we want yeah, so what rotate does is says this start plus plus if this dot start greater than or equal to Copilot, thank you. And then what we want to do from this, so this will rotate it across. We want to grab I guess we want to say at, right? And nope, at index or items. No. That's technically true right there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, we don't want items, we want values. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so our logic is during the first half considers 8 positions, so const neighbors equals and a neighbor, no, for each elf, so I never processed my thing. So for const our row of data dot split new line. Let's see if Copilot can help out. For const column of split, that's a weird one. Then world dot add. There we go. That's what we want. Great, that generates our lovely world. This isn't working though. Data split, row split. Don't see why that's not working. See, call. Undefined. We love undefined. It's our favorite word. What's row? Ah, didn't do a dot entries. Don't forget your entries when destructuring for of loop. Now why you know happy? Why you know happy now, right? This is an array. These are entries. Nothing just on fire, apparently. Okay, yep, Quokka being Quokka. Big fan, big fan. Okay, now for our 10 rounds, it's going to be for const elf of world, which is all of our coordinates. So const EREC, perfect. And elf is type unknown. Let's fix that. You're a string. Congratulations on the upgrade. Oh, this wants to teach us about arrays. I know about arrays. So now we want to do, if we want to get const neighbors, well, technically we can do this with a loop, right? So thank you. I swear this thing has a mic at some point. If you're 0, good. If you have the world, good. And this is all 9. Yes, this is all 9. Beautiful. Const north neighbors filters. Okay, I'll turn you to a number. Be cool about that. Well, that's if your 0 is less than ER, right? So that's if your row is above mine. North, northeast. Yeah, I can do this. And let's do it again. South neighbors, west and east. Good Copilot. Who's a good Copilot? You are. Great. Now what we gotta do is we have to pull out. Okay, the first half considers 8 positions adjacent. That's all 8. 0 is blocked. Correct. If no other elves are in one of those 8, the elf does nothing. Otherwise, elf looks and moves 1 step in the first valid. After proposing, they were the only elf to move to that position. Okay, so you don't do anything weird like that. Gotcha. And then after every round, you do the thingy with the wanted moves. So not that. Where is it? Directions. No. Directions rotate. Big fan. Awesome. Rotate does not exist on type. How dare you? Rotatable array. There you go. We're a big fan of that. Now let's go back to this logic here. If not, if neighbor's length is 0, congratulations, you failed. And then we're going to hard code these for n, and we're going to const direction equals directions.values. We just want the first one. Bingo, bango. Well, technically we want each of them. So for const direction of direction values, and we're going to go for the, how does this work? There is no elf, the elf moves that direction, so I guess we'll do hard coding for all 4 of these. This will work. If direction equals north, ooh, beautiful. So, and there are none of them, then you are going, well, that's not what you're doing. No. Const north coordinate equals not north neighbor 0, even though that might be accurate. It wants to be ER minus 1, and then same column. Great. So that is our offset, which I did not generate at any point whatsoever. And then we want to say the north coordinate, which is north coordinate dot join with commas, so I didn't really need to simple literal all that. And the value is everyone who wants to talk to them. So const desiring chord equals wanted moves. Hey, there you go. I'm glad to hear it, whoa, dude. And yeah, it's a little tricky for sure. I'm glad you got through whatever additional issues you ran into. Wanted moves dot get this or empty array. Then we're going to add ourselves, desiring chord, push ourselves, and boom, that gets updated there. Now we do the same check for the other ones. South, come on, this is literally pattern recognition. You can do this, Copilot. Beautiful pattern recognition. West is to the left. Okay, we love these patterns being recognized. Now, if 2 or more elves move to the same position, none of the elves move. Gotcha. So after doing this for all the elves, we come in here and we say, okay, for const chord elves of this, if it's 0, that's never going to happen. That's also not going to happen. Okay, great. So, yeah, that's not a thing right there. We're going to say if elves.length greater than 1, continue. Because if they're more than 1, then y'all suck it. Otherwise, pull out the coordinate, pull out the elf, move the elf from its old position, which is supposed to be like this. Right, what's elf? Ooh, elf is a string. Would you look at that? Copilot got me there. Oh, jeez. Wow, whoa, dude. Okay, that was awfully close there. Forgot, I only got it to build. I didn't really actually run it. But hey, I'm glad you, got some DevOps experience for sure on that. At least your own DevOps experience. Directions rotate. There we go. And then the rotation happens. Great. Now what we do here is after 10, we need to let min x equals infinity, min max x, min y, max y. For elf, do the thing, update the things, and then loop through all the, so let result, there we go. Do the rows, oh, I called them x and y's too, great. If you don't have, then we add this. Return result, A. Great, 25 is not equal to 1010. You know what we're about to do. Stay with me, folks. We're going to visualize. A great debugging tool. So I guess we still need to go min-x all these things. So we'll just recalculate that in here. And we'll say, like, we got lines. Let lines equals lovely empty array, an empty string array. I remember you yelling about me this last time. Do the thing, if it's there, otherwise there, and then finally console log the lines appropriately. Be cool, TypeScript learner, and then we'll visualize the last one, since that's the one that's apparently not what we wanted to be. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's unmoved from its original state. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so did it actually move? So we have this giant L. So things have changed. But they didn't do what I wanted to do. Okay, so we gotta visualize each freaking frame. Did I grab the right initial state? I did. No need to trim or anything. We only care about the hashtags. Okay, all this is correcto. Great. Guess we'll put an extra this in there to visually make it distinct. Make it extra long. There we go, now we can see them separated, as we are going to do this 10 times. So I guess we'll do it at the end of the rounds. And we'll see what we got. It's doing a thing, yeah, it definitely did a thing. So end of round 1, they did not in fact spread out. So this one is supposed to go, at what coordinate are you at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, my brain did not like that. You're supposed to just go north, right? That's what you should do. But why the heck? Yeah, you go north 1. Yeah, but you're below the... No. My brain refuses to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah, so you go north 1. Ooh, it's hard to visualize. Okay, we should at least make sure that this little elf makes it north 1. Because we're not visualizing the entire world, we're visualizing the snapshot of the world, which moves. So first little elfie, come on. Yep, first elf, you are, come on, get in there. You are 7, 2, so your column is 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you are 0, 1, 2. Great, we found the right elf. Let's zoom on to, what's it called? Run the cursor. There we go. Great, you have 2 neighbors. You have the one to the bottom and the one to your left, and they are both Southians. So, since you have more than 1 neighbors, let's see if these look good. Yep, those are my south neighbors, my west, and I have no eastians. Great, so for all the directions, you're going to pick out north first. Good. Oh! If north neighbors... Oh, I got that logic, or Copilot got that logic wrong. If there is no elf... Ah, here we go. Oh, I didn't scroll that way. Triple equals 0. Okay, that's probably going to do the trick. Let's stop that. Oh, unfold. Get Quokka back involved in the equation. Expected 114 not equal to 110. I either went too few or too many rounds. Another one. Had no impact. Another 100 rounds. Okay, it did have an impact. 9 rounds. Okay, still having an impact. Let's visually look at this. Let's use our eyeballs. Oh, where's my thing? There it went. Hey, glad to hear it, Sea Films. Doing pretty well myself. Started a little late, but we were just visualizing this advent of code problem. Okay, so we got this row pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very snowflakey. So, yes, we have 1, 1. But yeah, this gap there. It's not. Come on, Quokka. No, it didn't do what I wanted. So let's see, after the end of the first round, this one goes up and everyone makes this grid pattern. True. Okay, everyone does make this grid pattern. And we got the 2 lone rangers at the bottom. 2 lone rangers at the bottom, right? Now everyone except these 2 pairs. Correct. I know it might just be easier for me to and just no, not like that. Come on, you. No, not like that. There we go, and then I can just yep, that line's there, that one's there, that one's there, that one's there. Okay, great. That appears to have been a match. So round 1 does well. Round 2 is the problem, in which these ones can't do anything, but since these ones have neighbors, they all go a direction. Okay, they want to go south, they can't. So they go their next best. Hold on. So the next direction should be south. You can't go south for obvious reasons. Well, why can't you go south? Oh, because the elf below you is trying to go. No. Okay, let's see if my round 2 even makes it here. I'm comparing before even contrasting. Oh, these 2 didn't do their job. Okay, so for me, this one did not move. Okay, we're gonna have to copy. Yeah, so the old state was here. Yeah, so you were able to go south, but here. Okay, I see it. So these ones should have went south, but they did not. Now, why couldn't you go south? The only reason you wouldn't move somewhere is if someone was also targeting that coordinate. Okay, how would I debug that? Also, a bunch of others was supposed to move too, so tough one to debug. South, and you have no south neighbors. Yeah, so these are the correct offset for south. That's west, that's east. East coordinate, east coordinate. Right, this all seems correct. These are all correct here. Plus will work. Interesting behavior. How would I debug that? Okay, let's reread the logic. There's no elf in these positions. Elf promotion using north, south, east, or west. Second half round to begin, 1 elf moves in the proposed. If they were the only to move, otherwise if 2 or more, no one moves. At the end, the first direction considered is moved to the end of the list of directions. Okay, let me make sure I'm doing that. During the second round, they'd go south, then west, then east, then north. West, east, north, and south. Yeah, so it is very much circular. You get a log of these to make sure they are doing what they want to do. So before every rotation, basically. Yep, so we got north, south, east, west, south, west, east, north, west, east, north, south, east, north, southwest, and finally north, south, west. North, south, west, east. Yep, those are the directions we want to go. Interesting. Yeah, we're definitely using some for loop films. We got a couple for loops. We got our round for loop, our elf for loop. We got some directional ones. Another directional one. And finally, our elf moving for loop. Which greater than want to continue, right? They don't move. Get the new coordinate. Delete it from old coordinate, put in new coordinate. Yep, that is what it's supposed to do. Let's figure out this south failing logic. So one of y'all wanted to move south. And you tried. So I guess we're saying stop. So we have to debug first that they tried to move south. It's gonna be round 2. And which elf specifically was it, huh? I don't have coordinates in this plane. I know this is 2, 7. That's tough. Where'd my code go? There it went. Oh, not that one. Skip. Okay, so who are you, elf? You are row 5, column 9. Yeah, so end of round 1. What were you? Column 9. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and how many is 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4? You are my problem child. Glad to have found you. Okay, so you're gonna move. Yep, you're the only one wanting to move. You're going to 5, 9. Well, you're going to. No, you are 5, 9. You're desiring. So your south coordinate is 6, 9. You're gonna try to go down. Okay. Yeah, you give that a good shot. And here we're gonna make sure you make it. So the coordinate we're looking for is destination 6, 9. No, okay, stop looking. There we go. Now which? It's 1, 7. Yeah, so that's 1, 7. Great for you. Where's the thing? Where's chord? Why, there it is. Six, 9. Aha, so 5, 9 wants to go there, and so does 7, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, you also want to go north. Now you're supposed to go south. Who told you? Yeah, you're supposed to go south. No one else is going to your south. Yeah, if 2 want to go to the same one, no one does anything. But you're interesting, so I guess we'll grab your coordinate, which is, hold on, so this is 5, 9, 6, 7, 9. So I guess that other breakpoint I did want to look at. I do want to look at 7, 9. Do I have that? I don't have that breakpoint. True. Go back. Do it again. Okay, so show me things. Yep, 5, 9, 4, 8, 7, 8. Oh, I dared it. I goofed past it. Get to the 6, 9. Oops. Well, there it went. So I guess it's not a southward moving candidate. It's someone, though, so I guess we're hitting back up to the top of the loop. To see who is the weird elf. 6, 3. Okay, great for you. Ah, dude, this is gonna go through every elf. Okay, let's fast forward to the one we care about. Dang it. Okay, 6 and 9, so 5, 9, and 7, 9. So I need to break point when the elf is 7, 9. So right here, 7, comma 9. Try it again. Boom, we made it to the elf. Great. So you are column 7, row, or column. You're down here. So what neighbors do you have? You only have one. You're on the west, so you're going to try to move north. This is round 1. Who rotated the directions? What round is this? Round 0. Okay, sure. I guess, yeah, the end of round. I've never been looking at the right round, have I? There you go. Now we're round 1. Let me just see your deal. Yep, you only have 7, 8 to your left. Right, I suppose. Not so hard to keep track of these. Now you're trying to go south. Good, and you go south. Hmm. Okay, again, not sure where it went wrong. So we spread out there, but you don't go down. The rest of y'all go down. Nope, go forward. Yeah, so like this line is correct. So is this one just these two? Because you don't go down. Mm-hmm. Oh, don't save this file. That's the worst idea you can imagine. Where is my brain failing here? Oh. My brain's just so I don't know what I'm missing. It's something off by 1. It's probably something I co-piloted in, to be honest. So for every elf, you get all your neighbors. Don't count yourself, of course. Row plus row, column plus column. We have all our neighbors. Great. Okay, we also need to improve our visualization, I suppose. Also mark our current self. So we do want that visualization, but we want an additional one. We want a pre-visualization. And then we want visualization of current elf. So this will be passing ER, EC, and that's of course optional. Give me function, thank you. ER number, EC number. Great, so if we are basically if, then else if, then this, if R equals ER, there we go. Else if, great, so we have all this lovely stuff going on. Let's get the debug back on the road. Yeah, we're gonna watch every single one of you little elves. Okay, now where's my visualization? There it is. That's the first one. Guess it would be nice if it knew where it was going. But we're going through them all. It's actually not too bad of a visualization. Okay, round 1 is done. This is round 2. Aha, you are the one that should move south. You have north neighbors and south neighbors. Excuse you. You have 2 neighbors. You have a north. Yeah, who? Oh, wait. We love ghost variables. Those are our favorite kind of variables. Okay, so we have north neighbors and we have west neighbors. We don't have south neighbors. So you're going to pick a south direction and you're going to want to go south. Good. Now you have no one else going. Oh, we have someone else desiring to go there, apparently. Desiring chord is get south coordinate. So apparently, I didn't clear the world. Nope, there it is. There it is. Wanted moves. Got it. Got it. After the beginning of every round, we want to say clear. Okay, at this point, we can turn. Come on. 2022 solutions 23. I think this might actually be it. Oh geez, oh it's visualizing. Look at all that visualization. Like, do you enjoy the visualization? Now I imagine part 2 is actually just go a billion rounds. That's my theory. We can visualize once. Geez, stop visualizing, darn you. How big is this input? There we go, 3874. I knew it. Yeah, okay. Wow, top 1,000. Okay, it seems you're on the right track. Finish simulating the process, figure out where the elves go, how many rounds do I save them. The first round where no elf moved was 20. Great. Number the first, I can do that. It's where the thingy is the empty thingy. It's the thingy things. Well, hold on, that's if there are no moves. Let moves made equals 0. And once you do this, moves made plus plus. Here comes the logic. If moves made 0, return the round number. Yes, so that is return R. It might be off by 1. Here's the cool thing, since we are doing it live, we can just put 20 in here. Oh, this should also be going like forever, right? Oh, I hope I don't need to optimize something. 1920. So I'm just off by 1, right? So if I say, because I'm counting from 1 and I'm counting from 0. Where's my number? Cool number. There's a number. Flash 1. Oh, so it passed the test and now we're actually doing a million rounds, huh? Finish simulating and figure out where the elves need to go. I mean, it is a million rounds, but I don't think it's the worst thing optimization. I mean, I'm using delete ads. I'm doing this is a little expensive, I suppose. There it is, 948. Nice. Hey, there we go, folks. Man, okay, I'm guessing they're already ranking the difficulty down. Yeah. Okay, I think we can actually visualize this one right here, right now. So first, let me make this a lovely commit. And let me copy this, because I put my part 2 in my part 1. Whoopsies. So it's time travel back to when this was part 1 code. Don't know what that if statement's doing. Oh, you take those out. Put that back. Take that out. Great. And then this is part 2. Lovely. Lovely. This is 20. And this should work for both now. And then I can make that lovely commit. 110. Oh, did I forget? Yep, gotta call this 2. Call the things as they should be called. There we go. Okay, make that a lovely commit. Solution. Then we'll head for the optimize and maybe a visualization. I practically already written it here. Okay, so the optimize is basically do all the things, but part 2 toggle for row count and I suppose a few other things. So let's get on to that. Lots of scrolling. This is a very long code, I will admit. The rotatable array. Probably didn't actually need that, but we're going to leave it there till we can optimize it later. So first we're going to do the world generation. Well, that's not the three symbols I wanted to use. There we go. And then if beautiful moves. I want to call these moves. Come on, you. Moves. There we go. And I have the beginning clear. Or else, again, this is expensive for what I do. This is probably the most expensive thing I'm doing here, the split and mapping on every single thing. Now I do this so I can referential equality check if there's a neighboring elf. This is the best way to do it, 'cause this whole string thing. So, not getting past that, unfortunately. I mean, well, during Advent of Code C films, the timer represents how long, like, speedrun timer. So I do follow it when I'm actually taking breaks and stuff, but during Advent of Code, it's just there to be like, this is how long it's been. So it has less of a followable purpose now, C films. So if dr not equals 0, well, if not this and has, so surround this, invert it with a not, and add it to this conditional. Then you add that, beautiful. Don't need to visualize that anymore. If you got none, you suck. Otherwise, we're going to do the calculation of neighbors right here. So if you're only going through 4 neighbors, you only need them basically as you need them. So what I can do is add a cool little, because we don't need to calculate all this every single time. We could even pre-cache it here by assigning a tag to each neighbor. Some kind of, like, it's wet. The code is wet. Okay, we're getting past the wetness of the code. So names, offsets, all this can be functionalized in some way. I guess we can make this into an object, because directional neighbors, not like that though. North neighbors, copilot, figure out the pattern. Lovely, there we go. So it's going to be if directional neighbors is 0, actually greater than, there you go, because then you do your life and you break. Perfect, and don't worry, why are you unhappy? Direction as key of type of directional neighbors. Be cool, TypeScript. Be cool. Be cool. Okay, cool. I guess we don't need this anymore. There we go. So now we do this logic. And we do need to convert our coordinate. Now, I don't know if we even need to keep these other elves around here. Well, if the third one shows up, we will. Ooh, the as const, huh? So as const, I believe, is good for enums and stuff. Ooh, the rotatable array. That would do it. First thing, I'll make this like a generic, I guess. Okay. Yeah, here's an example. So we have directions, and here it's an array of strings. But if I say as const, then it's an array of these strings. So yeah, I think you're probably talking about when I was doing this down here. Direction, yeah, I can do an as const to make this work. I just have to upgrade this. Good suggestion, whoa, dude. I don't use it enough. I think I do T array, right? And this is a T. I'm not really using generics at all here. There you go, generic slot. Mark as learned. Now values returns the array of T. Good. So now this is an array of strings, but if I say as const, it's a little confused. Cannot be assigned to the mutable type unknown. Okay, maybe this is too much for this one. Because values is an array or something like that. Oh, but you're not supposed to be this. Maybe that was the issue. This is your time to tell me why this isn't happy. Okay, we know that part. Tell me why this isn't happy. So I was expecting unknown, but instead I received read only. Is read only, cannot be assigned to mutable type. Ooh, okay. So if I just say you're read only. Let's see how we do this. Read only generic. How do I generic that accepts read only? Great. Oh, extends. Okay. Extends read only. Come on. But read only what? Read only any? How do you do this? Read only any array. I mean... But now it's an array of an array, right? Oh, look at that. Ooh, awesome. Oh, here it comes. Type of read only cannot be used as an index type. Well, that's awkward, because you're not returning an array. There you go. Hey, there you go. Whoa, dude. Thank you for that suggestion. Works perfectly. TypeScript to save the day. Well, okay, this thing's on fire. That's awkward. Oh, this part's working great. I don't know why this other part's angry, though. So you're an array of T's. Push does not exist on type T. Well, technically you're an array of T's. Okay, I kind of can figure it out. Eh. Yeah, so what it does is like it narrows it. Actually, that was a great explanation. Settings. No, not this one. Basically narrows it to the most strict type possible. Where is it? There we go. Let's drop this so we can get our explanation in again. There you go. So lets you mark an expression as deeply immutable, so unchanging, and narrowed to the narrowest possible type. Let's read the docs here. So I do not get to use it enough, to be honest. Probably because I don't think to use it enough. I'm like, ooh, we'll just use a bunch of as assertions. But yeah, as you can see, at first it read-onlys it, then it gets the absolute values. Outside of TSX, oh, you can use that syntax. What a weird syntax that is. Hmm. Oh yeah, that's pretty neat. But yeah, not exactly something you need all the time. And not too non-simple things, as you can see. Oh, they use it in the T3. Yeah, I like to look at that. Yeah, so they basically turn this into an enumerable, like an enum. That's what their purpose, that's a common pattern of this. So, like, we only have four directions, north, basically what I did, and they use this as an enum to basically allow you to extract this out to always be of that. Oh, I'm got the wrong one. 23. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I mean, again, they're as const is so that way it's not a record of string to string, but like when you get TRPC next, you'll know, like it basically is providing more type information. Yeah, it is a bit of sorcery, and it's not technically required. It's kind of like the JavaScript best practice. Use const on everything that you can. It's like another TypeScript best practice. Use const on everything that you can. Like a lot of my old projects, all the old advents could definitely have used a const. I just don't use it that often. Read-only properties only permitted on array and tuple literal types. That's dumb. Um, so type of is array. So let's see. Type script get type of array extract. Oh, nah, don't worry about it, whoa, dude. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, hey, like, I don't know everything about TypeScript at all. EFT 2.8, you can declare an unpacked. Grant, I'll use that. Of course. Hey, Gratkin, yeah. Thank you for randomly being awake, I suppose. Glad you could find your way on over here. We're just messing around a little with TypeScript, a little with other stuff. We finished the Advent of Code problem, and now we're polishing it up. It's time to use TypeScript to be all cool and stuff, and then we're going to visualize it. But yeah, hope your holiday season's all ready and packed up for. Never is not a sign of all the blah 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 blah. Why is this unhappy? What is this? What do I want? What do I want? Oh, is this what I want? A? No, that's not what I want. Okay, sure. I mean, you can share them all here if you want. Otherwise, if you don't want to do it publicly, Discord is there. That's up to you. I'm more than happy answering them here. Unpacked T never is not assignable to the type unpacked T. So T extends an array. So you're an array. Congratulations. I want the individual item of the array. How? Yeah, it's all good, Grat King. It's all good. T never is not assignable to T. Okay, what if you're just an array, right? And then it's going to be like, haha, congratulations, you are T. No. Conversion of any to T may be a mistake because they're sufficient. I can as an any, or as an unknown, which is really just cheating in TypeScript. But it works. Yeah, so I don't know, because the thing about the read-only is because it's so strict that it even only allows the order. So I really want this to be an array of these four values, not in this order. These midnight streams are purely Advent of Code. It's like once Advent of Code is done, my streams will not be happening at midnight. They'll be more normal, accessible time. I mean, most people want them, but I do like my old sleep schedule. But yes, mainly for Advent of Code, and I figured because I tried to like on the first one to just do it on the Discord, but not many other 100 devers were there, so I was like, I might as well do it here then. Yeah, I mean at this point it's like, well now I just have to finish it out, right? There's only a few more days left. I think I did like, I don't know. No, I didn't try to stream it last year. Yeah, just this year. Okay, but yeah, this is working now. And now we need direction to offset. So cost direction to offset equals cool object. There we go. Big fan of object. It's going okay. I mean, I'm doing pretty good. The hunt, it could be worse. You know, I have like some interests for when January picks up. Got one place, the one place that I successfully passed all the interviews from. They say they haven't forgot about me, and you know, when the position opens up, they will let me know. Hoping they're on my list for the messages in January, so hopefully they have something then. Otherwise, there's another position that says they paused it till January, so I'm gonna hit them up. And there's another one that I haven't even heard from, but I have a recommendation to that one. So could be better, could be worse. Still looking though. If any of these 6 people watching happen to be offering a job, I know lots of things, and I can learn more. How has your hunt experience been going? I mean, hey, I'm already a developer advocate. Technically, whoa, dude, I found out like I'm already helping out their customers, am I not? Yeah. I mean, I do like Prisma. I haven't used it enough, but big fan of it for sure. Would not be opposed at all to working on that. Yeah, Prisma's hiring. What's Prisma hiring? I appreciate that, Grapcan. Yeah, I'm rooting for you too. Don't stop last from my location. Oh, we're hiring. Would you look at that? I might have to make in current openings. What openings you got? Give openings. Engineering manager, senior software. I could probably do those. What about the LinkedIn? Do you show up on the LinkedIn? LinkedIn don't lie. Be cool, LinkedIn. 2 jobs. Okay, the same ones. Love that. Hey, greenhouse. Cool, cool, cool. Senior software engineer. Da 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 da. Eager to learn Rust. I could learn that. Got that. Got that. Systems. Good enough. Yeah. Okay, so they're more optimized. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Benefits, big fan. Remote, big fan. All. Okay, yeah. This it's yo. I'm me messaging some Prisma people tomorrow. Maybe I'll hit up DM Bull. They do Prisma stuff. Engineering manager on the team. Okay, this is more of a managerial, which, oh yeah, TypeScript to Rust. Yeah, yeah, okay. It's going on my list. It's going in my sheet there. Appreciate that. Whoa, dude. It's going in the sheet. Yeah, that's a tough one, Greg. I mean, if they actually want to hire you, then you're actually further ahead of me, so that's a weird that it's a question mark. As in you've gotten the offer, but the offer like doesn't have a start date, or they want to give you an offer, they just can't get a start date. You don't have to answer, by the way. I'm just curious what an interesting situation that is. I mean, I'm gonna spend like technically like after Christmas, all polish. This is all gonna be me getting everything ready to go, all my messages, everything ready to hit the networking circuit of all those people. I'm the network for actual January. So like it's all polish and nothing new. Yeah, yeah, I definitely know that, Grak, and that's why you see all the first place I went to the website careers page because that's where you're gonna find, at least in my experience, all of a company's jobs. And then if I really didn't find it, I would have looked on the magic link, which would have found me that page since they're on Greedboard anyway. But yeah, I always look on LinkedIn anyway, but I did not know about that limit. That does explain a weird thing, a couple weird things I saw of like, how the LinkedIn doesn't seem to always have them. And then would you know, that's the reason. So thanks for that explanation there. But yeah, to the end of your thing, Groupith, it's definitely possible. It's more than possible to get a job self-taught in 2023. I mean, I'm wondering if you're asking for the year or just in general, but I mean, I assume, though, I guess it's always possible that you're not aware of 100 Devs, which is a web development agency. The bot is dead. Oh no. Oh no. Um, npm run start. I just turn the bot on. But yeah, what 100 Devs is a web development agency with a training program, basically from you are computer literate or you are keyboard literate to full stack MERN JavaScript developer, with the additional like important thing, which is the ability to get a job with those skills. And don't believe me? You can join the Discord and look at the celebrations channel and see how they using the tech and the networking and the job and all those skills have gotten their own job. So judge for yourself, but I will most definitely say it is more than possible. If you're worried about like, ooh, all the tech layoffs, it's like, yeah, the big FANG companies are laying people off maybe. Are they all engineers? No. Are other companies laying people off? No. They want people, so conditional offer. Okay. Okay, yeah, that doesn't seem like as bad as a red flag as your initial statement I read into it. Yeah, it seems pretty cool then, Grat Kane. They're just very careful then, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any advantage on them for like I'm trying to like put myself in their shoes if they're a nefarious company. They don't get any advantage by dragging you along. So like it wouldn't be like the what advantage would they be getting? No, none really. Yeah, it did a little bit, but now it sounds like oh, I mean, yeah, what pro? I mean, I thought one pro would have been like, oh, they drag you along, you start like negotiating down your own price, but if it's everything but the start date, yeah, it just sounds like how they do things. Yeah, it's hard to avoid that pattern, Groupith for sure. I know it well myself. Got some projects that I just don't want to look at anymore, but that's part of managing frustration. Why are you angry? Okay, it's good. Other elves, and boom. Look at that. Four conditionals smushed into one. Big fan. Biggest of fans. And then if you got more than one elf, you don't move. Yeah, we kind of got to do that. Although we could create a second thing of not movables and put you in that set. Effectively the same space, but a little less. Wow, Garkane, I mean, there's nothing more for you to really research or do, right? Over a dozen people? Yeah, I mean, that would be very convoluted for them all to be lying, you know? So, sounds like a shoe in. You just gotta get that time in, I guess. Ooh, we're gonna make this a cool conditional. No, don't go over there. Yeah, so we're gonna use what keyboard. That sounds like it's not doing what I want because I wasn't pushing the right key. There we go. So each of these, oh no, is a cool filter conditional. I mean, yeah, I'm of course I'm always happy when fellow hunter devs get a job or get a opportunity at the least. More than happy to be enthused. Okay, and then what we want to do, since there are only 4 directions, we want to say directional neighbors. So it's basically neighbors dot filter the cool callback. Hey, ain't that fancy? So we don't do the 4 filters, we just do the 1. Now, if I really wanted to go crazy, I make this a conditional, but I ain't about to do that. We have to go through all 4 of them anyway, so I might as well hook them all up here. I could inline this in some way, but I'm not. Exactly, GratCan. Consistency is the most valuable thing of these long processes, for sure. Okay, so we're creating another one. Moves. I guess if we have 2 moves, we're already... okay, we'll keep the same one, because here's the thing why I don't like this. It's going to be like 5 million elves moving to one position. Though it can never be 5 million elves moving to one position. It can at most be 4. So again, this is like what Leon said. Don't optimize for a big O complexity when you only have the alphabet, for example. So at most there's going to be 4. No need to worry about it. So if other, then say goodbye. Otherwise we use the elf we got. Loving that destructure. Oh, and here we don't need to do any of this. We can just use the old chord value. That's going to help not a bunch, but a little bit. Nah, I have not spent 525,000 minutes on Twitch this year. My Twitch recap. Is that a thing? I know there's like, as a channel, I can see monthly recaps. I haven't looked at it, to be honest. Oh, that's what the people were screenshotting, right? I saw people sharing that on Twitter. These little, like, your top percentage of chatter and something. Yeah, I mean, I can go check that out right now. And to do Googling the thing. Now in 2022, click here to visit your annual Twitch recap. Okay. Okay, this isn't about me. Viewer. Hey, your viewer. Okay. Now where is the thing? Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Okay, I found it. I was like, I was on some article page. Like, the heck is this page? Let me. There we go. My Twitch recap. So yeah, there we go. 3,000 hours watched, 700,000 channel points, 16,000 messages. I am a loller, and I wave, and I use my party emoji. Party hat. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I mod 2 channels. I don't remember who. I mod my channel. This is awkward. I'm not a lenient mod at all. I know who I mod. Oop, top 1%. That feels about right. Numbers. More numbers. Oh, VIP. Okay, yeah, I'm a VIP in Mayans and Leon's. Gotcha. Yeah. I'm the best lurker. I just watch it for the show. And Rufio. Favorite categories. Oh, this is the thing everyone's sharing. Yeah, neat. That's nice. Thanks for sharing that, GratCan. Yeah. Like, how download to share? Oh, it's an image. Okay. Uh, my mind. Yeah, Critical Role. It's fun to watch for sure. I haven't watched. I'm just on 3 and like the other D20 shows, like Dimension 20 shows. So I haven't had the experience of 1 or 2 or even the show, but it is enjoyable for sure. Bidet to you. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Gratcan. I wouldn't have even known. Get. Yeah, remember, VIP counts apparently. Hmm. You can see where my brain has already went. Okay, how do I abuse the system to figure out someone else's recap? But I imagine that's not possible. Yeah, it'd be nice if they listed them or something, but I guess it's probably in your profile at some place. Just gotta look for it and all that. I think this code might work, by the way. Yeah, the code thing we were doing at one point. Yeah, as you can see, yeah. Apparently, yeah. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised to see Rufio in there because they're the least one I mean, the numbers obviously show. I don't usually catch them all the time, but yeah. Apparently, I catch them more than the fifth most talked in channel. And yeah, I assume like those numbers could be higher, but my always lurker is going through an embed, so it doesn't count up. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, could have asked me anytime, I suppose. It's not like you're asking for my bank account number. It's not that personal. I'm more than happy to share. Okay, so this looks great. We can squish this up here. Squish that down there. We need that. We need that. And we need this. And we need this. Yep. Oh, yeah, I appreciate that. Because I would have just been like, what are they talking about? Then I would have went and Googled and be like, oh, I guess so. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pretty neat feature for sure. Cannot have world. Okay, we're just gonna comment out this code. Ignore the code. Do I need this unpacked? No, I don't. Okay, so we got solve 1 working. Let's get solve 2 working. Bada boom 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 ba-doo. Basically the same thing, just a million, so a while loop, and this logic down here for moves made. Well, let's get on in there. Boop. Hey, well, thanks you for the raid, VWO, or VOO. What have you been doing this day, night, or evening? We're over here doing some advent of code. Thanks for coming on by. Inventor of several kinds of streaming. That's what I want to hear. Oh, or if someone comes to breathing, oh, you were just doing Advent of Code too. Nice, nice. Well, we also completed Advent of Code day 23. We're just doing some optimizing right now. And we're going to try to do some visualizing. Hey, thanks for coming on by, Airy2. Let's code. Yeah, we're coding. So we already solved it, but now we're just coding the optimized version, which I just pasted something. I don't remember what I pasted though. Yeah. I got some code here, and we are placing it with this code. So I'm doing this in TypeScript, which is basically just JavaScript with a few extra types. And I've already optimized my part 1, and now I'm optimizing my part 2. So let's get rid of that and that. And that. So yeah, for my part 1, the way I did it, since y'all are familiar with the problem, just grabbed all the elves, put them in a matrix of a world, create a nice rotatable array so I could easily rotate that index around. For every elf, got all the 8 neighbors. For every direction, I use a conditional filter for which ones I wanted to check on, north, south, east, or west. If there were at least some in that direction, I ignored it. Otherwise, generated the offset, which I offset my coordinate with. Got all the other elves that wanted to go to this position, pushed myself to that list, and updated my moves object, which at the end of the round, so down to part 2, I go through all the planned moves. I say if there was no other elf, then if there was another elf, we can ignore it. Otherwise, then there was one move. I delete and I add in this set to move my elf. Then I rotate my circular array, a rotational array, which basically updates the index and rotates it around the array itself. And I made this little values method that gets the values of the array starting from the this.start. It's not the best, but it works. Yeah, my code is right there if you're curious to see. I should probably git push update that. And yeah, for those who don't know, this is a Quokka extension I'm using with VS Code that allows me to see my input in the editor. Like that. So that's solve 1. Let's get solve 2 up to par. I think the only thing different about solve 2 is let moves made equals 0. Moves made, it doesn't need to be a number, it can be a boolean. And if not moves made, then I return the round number. Turn r plus 1. Yeah, I mean, it used to be a circular array, so that's where I yoinked it from the last one, but essentially, and I will optimize it in a moment. So it used to be a circular one where it would actually move it around, but for the rotational, I was just like, okay, if I'm always starting from one position, then I'll just need to start from that position and use modulus to essentially move the start position around the 4 array values. That's a 2. So if you start from here to here, then 1 technically shows up here as the phantom 1. And that's from 3 to 4. It looks like that. So yeah, I just kind of threw it together quickly instead of doing math, which I did end up doing and I will optimize, but it worked. Hey, thanks for the follow there, AirieX. And this giant commented out blocks my visualization code, which I use for debugging because they weren't doing what they're supposed to do. Okay, see if this part 2 is working. Part 2 not be working. If moves made false, moves made true. There we go. Gotta flip that boolean. And make this 1,000,000. What's this? As you can see, I was manually being like, why wasn't this working in my debug phase? 1 does not equal 20. Great. So if moves made, if not moves made, whoops. Brain be flip-flopping. Whenever Quokka has a delay like this, that means it's doing a lot of running. So much running. So much running that we will run it ourselves. Okay, yeah, so it means it passed the test and it's running on the big input now. So now we get to optimize even further. So all this code is basically the same. The only thing that's changing here is number of rounds and this weird logic down here. So I can make, I think I'll make this just a part 2 boolean. We don't always get to make it super generic, unfortunately. So function solve data string part 2 boolean. we're just gonna we'll put the part 2 code in there. Since that is, well, we need both of them actually. Would you look at that? Oh, yoink. And yeet. There we go. So, it's gonna be, I guess we'll calculate our end here while we're at it. So, const rounds equals part 2. It's technically infinity, otherwise it's tan. We use it as a ternary out here so we don't recalculate it every time in there. Then what we do, let's move this down here, encapsulate it to where it actually needs to be. So if false, this is going to be part 2, flip around. So this will say if we are part 2, then this will be false, and this will actually start working. Otherwise, it'll always be true, practically ignored on this line. Now for the part 1 code, which we do need. There we go. This logic down here. Boop. Well, pasted on the wrong line, and there it is on the correct line. Quick and dirty way of min-maxing all of our 4 directionals, but it works. And if it works perfectly, then we replace this code with a call to solve. Okay, it's running, so that means it did work. And this code with another call with that boolean set to true. And the fact that it's taking so long probably means that it's working. So let us go on up here and further optimize it. Man, this rotatable array is super readable. If this was a generator, it would be a little more efficient of values. It's collecting all 4 every time. Yeah, I'd like to make it a generator. How do we denote that? Like this? Oh, how is TypeScript gonna like this? Oh no. TypeScript's about to not be happy. That's not how generators work. A generator of any. Okay, yeah, TypeScript definitely ain't gonna love that. Any. Yeah, you didn't do the job. I'm not a TypeScript expert here, so I wasn't even using const before. But now I want to... I mean, it's running successfully. Love to see that. Yeah, maybe we don't do the const thing. It was a good idea, but now it's kind of in the way. So it's an array of t's. And now that t is... We're just going to hard code it here, real baddie. I think we can do key of type of direction to offset. There we go. Now this, our loop, is always going to spit out one of these 4. Effectively the same, but a different way of doing it. We're using this thing as our lovely enum, for lack of better terms. And yeah, rotate, start. Yeah, I like this. Ooh, hold up. I just thought of making this actually for loopable. So MDN iterables, or it's iterable or iterator protocol that I can symbol iterator. I'm trying to remember which one it is. Come on. Return this values. I don't know if that's the one I want. I always mix these up. Okay, so I return something with a next function or this. So what I want to do is for loop over the directions itself. I think that would be cool. Apparently that's already working. Great. Now let's just figure out the cooler way to do this. So symbol iterator returns an object with a next, and that next, what's that do? Interesting. What if I just returned this inline? Well, the point at that one, whoa, dude, is when you start writing tests for them. So that's when you start, like, you can start trusting them, but, like, they will break, and they will break in the future. So the best way to build that trust in your scrapers, or, like, your stuff using not API stable stuff, is to essentially have them tested. So you'll need some kind of stable data source, or you'll need to make your test mutable to be like, ooh, it should return a number and stuff like that. But like, if I was scraping the MDN, for example, and I wanted, give me this thing, just give me something, come on, take me to a cool page. Take me to a cool page. Okay, so if I was scraping the MDN and I wanted to give it a URL and always get out the code in the syntax box, for example, I would first like write that, and then I would test it on something I knew was static. So I would be like, okay, if I go to the object, I should always get this exact string. That's obviously only going to work for this page. If you want it to be more generic, like maybe there's not a static page for scraping or to test this on, you would say, okay, you're going to hit up a URL, and it should return a non-empty string. It should contain a minimum length or things like that. And that's how you can build trust in it. Or at least you can build trust in it until the test fails, at which point you know to stop trusting in it because the website updated or something. Hey, thanks for that follow there. Don Vlog or Don Vlog. If your evening has been treating you well. But the point of the iterator was not to do this, so I just want to return. Can I return an iffy iterator? Ooh, I'm gonna make an iffy iterator. The absolute most disgusting thing on the planet. Nobody asked for it. But watch me. Oh, you're not gonna like this, are you? Arrow function generator. I mean, it doesn't need to go full 100% coverage, but just something that gives you confidence in your test, right? Because that's what you're lacking at the moment. Or confidence in your scraper, because that's what you're lacking. Expression expected. Where's the thing go? Ooh, I lost the this context. That's awkward. So I want to say .call with this context. This has any because it doesn't have a type annotation. How do I type annotate? Convert to, no, I can't do that. TS that type of this. Again, not something I do that often. How do I do the thing? This colon some type. Sure, this colon. Yeah, starts a number. I guess that's technically enough. There you go. I didn't even need to do this, did I? Hey, of course, Gratkin. Yeah, I appreciate you coming on by. Okay, so symbol iterator is not doing... Well, now it's working. Hey, yeah, I will, yeah. I think we can do something here. We can one-line this. Yeah, increment and give value. And the fact that it's running means that it's running. Great, and fact that I can means I can one line, or I can at least simplify this. Lack a show. Oh, too many arrows. Loving that. Okay, final look through. Still gotta do the split mapping. I don't love it, but can't think of a better way to do it. I still think this is the best way of doing these. Although I guess I could say record string, and then this is and string. Yeah, come on, where's my symbol? Boolean cool thing, so I can drop this to make TypeScript a little less lenient. It's technically a record of key of we're gonna keep using that as an enum, key of type of direction to offset. There we Lord. Yes. I'm sorry to hear that, Jay. Yeah, I mean they rated me about 20 minutes ago. I mean, hey, I'm also doing, well, I'm finishing up the same Advent of Code problem, day 23. Don't think it's in the same language they were doing, but it's still the same problem at least. Basically polishing it up at the moment, and then we're going to visualize it, or at least visualize part 1 of it. Speaking of optimizations, I'm feeling like this as far as I would like to optimize it. There we go. With that, we are going to commit away. Beautiful. Oops, I just left all this in here. Let's get rid of that. Wake up, git. And amend. Yep. Lovely. Because I do, okay, let's turn Quokka off because they are not enjoying this. I would like to visualize this. Maybe not the part 2, because let us peruse at how big part 2 actually gets. So let's look at part 1 actual data. So console.log min x and all those cool bounds. TS node solve. Let's just see how big it is. See if it can fit on a normal terminal. You know what? -4 to 75. Terminals are like 80 or 90 or up to 100. It can fit. Well, how long? Hold on. I don't think it's gonna vertically fit, folks. We only really have about 30 vertical lines to represent a terminal. Okay, so we're doing the small samples at the very least. Now, as for what we're visualizing, well, I got this function right here, which we're going to paste right over here. So this thing technically already works. It gets the bounds of it, and it draws the actual thing just as a string. Nothing fancy. Ooh, a zoom function on the terminal. Let me go to a real terminal. I've never tried to zoom on a terminal, to be honest. I mean, I know we could do this. So yeah, I guess we can zoom on a terminal. Okay, thank you for that one, Jay. Yeah, it is possible. I'll just change that on a case by case. Yeah, we're doing it in the VS Code terminal. So I can just open up this function here, It's just log a 70 by 7 box, right? So world is this for let r equals 0, r less than, I think it was 80, plus. Of course, for all this, console.clear. Yep, control plus minus. That does the trick, and I know there's a setting in VS Code that allows you to customize the terminal-only font size, which is what I'll use once we generate this. Let align equals this, align plus equals, sure, I guess we'll randomize it. Console log line. There we go, and we'll just see if we can see. We'll see if we can see. We will see. So I know, firstly, it's not giving me enough vertical space, but then we'll figure out the zoom. Okay, so it's honestly not that much. So we'll just do the bad one, make it so y'all can't read anything. Wow. 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 Okay, let's see if that is sufficient. Okay, VS Code's being a weird thing. It's cutting it off. There we go. Okay, now we can see the entirety. Looks good to me. Yeah, you can all read this, right? Okay. Back to the code, folks. So what we're gonna do here is write some cool code. What is this, coding for ants? Nah. So the reason I'm choosing terminal is because it'll be the easiest thing for me to do it in, and I technically can do it in this. So let's zoom in. Oh, I don't remember my old zoom level. Okay, it's not this. There it was. Yeah, we're just gonna go to settings and change the terminal font size. There we go. What was it? Ooh, line height. Maybe that's something I actually want. Get back up here. The line height of the terminal. 0.5. Okay, maybe that's not. And I was like, maybe it's like doesn't accept non-zeros. Maybe I need to open a new terminal. Too much to ask. Okay, put that back to 1. Change this to like 4. Must be greater than or equal to 6. Well, that's going to be a problem. Actually, I don't think that'll be a problem. I need to... You can all read this. Oh, that's it. I'm trying to scroll. There's nothing to scroll. There we go, folks. 6 works. What was the default value? 14. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we'll be switching this back and forth. Let's go to my go to the JSON settings JSON. So I have to manually change this to 6 and then search it, because I don't need no dashboard every time I come here. Beautiful. So this is the thing we'll be changing when we need to change it. Now the fun part is that we are going to be running, of course, so we'll be writing this whole thing in its own function. Function do the thing. You know, it's going to be a lot like the solution code, because it is the solution code, just with added visualizations. Of course, we're going to be using delays between our visualizations, so we're going to make this async. And now we're going to just going to call our do the thing with our sample input, because we'd like to be able to read it for the first time. Now what this is actually doing, so we do need to actually solve the problem, so let's bring in some of the solution code. Thing is, we need to get the bounds of it first and then visualize it, so it's not going to be a live solving. Hey, Roger Manic. Thanks for coming on by. Hope your Friday's been treating you well. All ready for the holidays if you celebrate. And hey, thanks for the follow there, Jay. So we want all this code. give all good code. Bingo bango. So first we're going to be creating a cool function, get bounds. You have one job, you are getting the bounds of the thing. And that's going to be the maximum and the minimum. No, it's just the maximum and minimum. That's all we care about. We don't care about anything else. So what part are we on? Sure, rounds is 10. We're on part 1. So congratulations, min and max. Now this is the fun stuff that we do every time someone wants to move. So this is fun. We have to say EC because I was cool and I prefixed all my coordinates with ELF for a really great reason. We also want to go in their new positions, which is chord. Yeah, we want these new positions here. So const RC. Oh, great. Now these ones. Make up your mind, Copilot. Yeah, drop this logic. That's part 2 thinking code. We're not thinking here, we're solving. Yeah, so basically the same solve code where we're going 10 rounds, getting the maximum and minimal thing. My brain is now thinking, though. Looking at this old visualization down here, we're going to be logging it and all that. It's going to be great and fun stuff. But we could additionally keep an extra line to simply output number of elves moved this round. I'm glad you asked, Roger Max. So what I'm doing on is Advent of Code, day 23. I solved that problem today. I can probably push that. There you go. The code is updated, so I solved it. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to visualize it in a cute little ASCII diagram looking something like this, but all animated and stuff. And I think I'm going to visualize both part 1 and 2, to be honest. Where these are they're going to like move and stuff. And like my vision about this, let me make this more readable for us all. At least my ASCII vision is that, because each one of these represents an elf, so I'll just kind of do it in phases. So I could be like, okay, elf looks up, elf looks right, but we ain't got time for that. Each one of these is going to be replaced by an arrow indicating which direction they want to move, and then the next rendering, they'll either move there or they won't. And that'll do basically 2 frames or 3 frames every round. So that should scale to the big part 2 in my theory. Of course, technically it's not 2 frames every round, it's scaled on the duration, but we haven't even gotten durations in yet. Yeah, what I generally do is, for all of the Advent of Codes, my goal, actually, is to make a visualization for each of them. I'm actually kind of happy of my 18 visualization, which for those who remember is 18, you generated a bunch of cubes. Well, you placed a bunch of cubes, and your goal, part 1, count the number of faces that were exposed to air. So as you can see, this one has 2 faces or 3 faces exposed to air, and you would just sum all those up. Now, as you can see here, it's creating some kind of like interior shape where there's an interior space that's not exposed to the air, spooky air. So part 2 was to literally count all of the only exterior facing spaces. So this became sort of a harder problem, obviously. I didn't implement the part 2 of the visualization, to be honest. I only got part 1, which you'll see the phase once I should have speeded this up, but once we get through this, we're almost there. There we go. So this is the other half of it, where it jumps through all the cubes, and, well, there was a counting animation that showed all 9 direct neighbors being highlighted, but as you can see, it's counting. So that's some of the stuff I'm trying to do for each problem. And this one, we're going ASCII. Okay, so I think that this is correct. This is going to return cool object of all of our things, and we don't want the result. Thank you very much. Now we have our world and we have our visualize. We don't need to calculate that in. We can calculate that right here by getting the bounds. Yeah, it's hard to decide between that one and day 20 or day 5, where I made Crane Game. Which, if you don't remember day 5, there were a bunch of stacks and you had to visualize them. Well, you didn't have to visualize them. Oh no, I moved my mouse. Sorry, I can't move my mouse during that one. Hey, appreciate the follow. But yeah, day 5, there was these stacks, and you had to simulate moving of them from one stack to another, these boxes effectively, and I visualized part 1 as a crane. So did apparently like 100 other people, but this was the first time I've ever used the Blessed library, which is like a terminal UI library for doing stuff. As you can see, I don't know how they did this, but it can even detect mouse movements, which I haven't made all those visualizations, but I got plans for the rope-based one. But yeah, for this visualization, we're going to do the visualize. Yeah, lines is an empty thing. It would be cool. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull out some Unicode characters. We're going to make a border. It's going to look cool. So it's basically const width equals that. I'm going to trust that math. So it's character dot repeat width. It's technically a bottom line. Lines dot push character repeat width. I want the horizontal line. There we go. For those who don't know, Unicode box drawing characters are what they use back in ye old day, and still, and for some terminal-based applications, that allowed you to have these seamless lines. You notice there are no spaces between them. So I use that for the Crane Game, and I'm going to use it for this one right here. See, they even have little corners, which, surprise, surprise, we're going to use right here for the corners of our new box. And there are a bunch of other ones, but this is good enough for me. Yeah, it is kind of like, and that is what I thought. It's like, oh, it's one of them shipping game apps or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could turn it into a game where you... Oh, I don't know if anyone can remember this. I barely can remember this. What was it called? Diner Dash or something? Those old Flash games where you received orders, and I guess that game still exists, but you had to deliver the orders to the tables and then collect the money and stuff. I think the modern version of that game is called Overcooked, right? Yeah, Overcooked. That's the modern version of that game, but there used to be Flash games based on the concept. But what could be happening is you receive an order of move X crates from one stack to another, and you have to do it or something. I'm not saying this is a fun game, but if we're going gamification, then it's not too hard to make the leap. Burger Shop. Yeah. I think that might be the one I'm thinking of. Because it was on those, not mini clip, but it was mini clip like sites. Yeah, it definitely feels like Burger Shop was it. Wow, such a simplistic name. Things were so simple back in the day. You know, we want vertical bars. Yeah, we love ourselves a vertical bar. Now, this is representing the dots, and this is... I guess we'll stick with this now. We might switch these characters out for something else. Exactly, that's it. I guess that's more of a genre of game now, although I guess it was back then too. But back then, that was the only one I really remembered of it. Okay, this is visualized for us, so loving that. Where's our clear? And console clear. So let's just visualize the positions of them. And we do need to actually, again, we need to solve the problem as we traverse through it. So we need this part of the logic. Again, yeah, this visualization code does not get optimized, but for those who are thinking, it's messy and it's meant to be messy. I guess I could add that to the sum, but we ain't going there yet. Boop. There we go. So this is our actual, no, we're not doing that. This is our actual solving code. We have our directions, our world. It would be cool if I made an ASCII compass and rotated it, but we ain't going that far either. So this is it, and what we want to do is before every round and after every round. Yeah, it's going to be an extra unneeded call. Oh, wait. We'll use the bad one. A second delay. 100 is going to be good for me. So this will be 100 times 10 times 2, 2 seconds. I can handle 2 seconds. I'm going to make sure I put these in the right order. So we delay, then we visualize. Yeah, so we delay, then we visualize. We don't want two of them stacked up on each other. Moment of truth. And since this is a small one, we should be able to see it all on one screen. Never mind. Everything's on fire. Oh, I don't have a file. Don't forget your dependencies. Well, that's what you did get with dealing with globals. Everything needs these, yeah. And now TypeScript is confused because I'm technically in one giant mega project. Nope, for row of data split, I didn't have the variable. 32. Oh, I appreciate that, Raja. Raja Malik. Yeah, I mean, I got a little experience, you know? Just a bit. And I have been at least doing these vein of problems for 23 days in a row, so it's a lot faster than what my first ones took. And a lot more complicated, too. Oh, we don't want to look at day one. Day one's a bad, ugly one. Eh. Yeah, my first ones... No, where was it? I don't remember what this says, but my first ones were just like, please get it to work. Ah, yeah, this is the one. I don't remember if you know day one or this day, but basically you need to search for the duplicate character in both strings, so these ones were a bit easier to work with, for sure. But yeah, it's all just practice at this point and the recency bias since I've been doing these for 23 days. Or variations of these for 23 days. Is there a reason this didn't work? Oh, look at that! Look at them go! They're alive! And then they stop after 10 rounds. They were very much a let's watch them again. Yeah. It's not that satisfying yet, but when we scale it up to the big input, yeah, need a file system. Then we need so much scrolling. This is some quite verbose code. Despite it's not complexity, it is quite verbose. Do 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 do. And seeing how fast this animation plays, we might actually be cranking it up to something, well, more, adding more visual elements. Oh, what's this? Hey, look at him. Oh, okay. We needed to zoom out to see the entire thing, but it was doing the thing for sure. So we're definitely not looking at that one. Okay, so this is working, but what I wanted to do, heck's that, get out of here. So I want to visualize the kind of move positions for each one. So it's gonna be additional calls to visualize, but let's look at the small one again. I'm not a designer, so I have to keep looking at these with my eyes to figure out what I want. Well, that didn't work. The restriction of 10 rounds is making this meh. Okay, let's fix Firefox. There we go. So I kind of like the dots and all that, but I'm looking for a better character to use, perhaps. Oh, can we go emojis? Elf emoji. There's an elf emoji. Oh, these are not the Christmas elves. This is what? Legolas elf? I mean, it's not the worst elf emoji, I guess. So we're going to be showing the actual elves. Good luck to my terminal, eh, folks? Oh, okay. I remember why we don't use emojis, because, width. Ah, that's interesting. They're 2 characters wide, right. Now, did I copy an extra character? Nope, because Unicode standard, they're 2 characters wide. Okay, we're not using elves. That was a great idea. We're using a different drawing character. Maybe we'll use some of these. Give me full block. There we go. And then for nothing, we'll just use space. I want a dot. Do we not have a Unicode dot character? I mean, these aren't the worst. Middle dot's what I'm looking for. That looks right. Middle dot. Because I do like the dots, they're just not being centered is displeasing to me. Okay, I'm liking this. Now, the rectangularness of the boxes is not fun. So what if we used the letter O? I know it's not for elf anymore, but... yeah, I like these better. And O can also represent not moving. Okay, so now for each of these elves, we're not going to visualize the collecting of neighbors. We could, but we're not going to. We're just going to turn them into arrows. So my world is currently just where elves are, and now it needs to be what elf states are. So yeah, I can easily switch that from a set to a map. And there we go. TypeScript going to save the day. You're going from, which O did I use? I used, I have to, now I don't know. Do I want big O or little o? Oh no, it's got to be big O, because now they're off-centered. Okay, back to making this a map. TypeScript gonna save my butt. So congratulations, you are big O. And we want the keys of the elf. Isn't that keys already? I guess we gotta make you a string to string. I don't want to call. I mean, it's in generator, so I guess that's fine. Keys, push neighbors, good, good, good. Once you've finally made a choice, we're going to say world.set elf, but you're not an X. Ooh, okay, so direction to character. Cause direction to car. North is up. There we go. Not the best characters, because south looks Like, the shapes are all different, but it's good enough. So elf.set direction to car, give it direction. Lovely. So you delete from that, and then you set the elf to your new home, capital O. Right now, all our visualizer needs to do is actually use the character at this position. This is also the current one I'm considering. I guess your question mark. World has, then use world get. Not like that. Not like that either. Auto format. Thank you. Now we should see a bunch of arrows all at once. Still a lot too much, but... Okay, we see the last arrow, which is sufficient. Because we are visualizing after the rendering. Now we want to visualize faster. So we're doing at 100, which is good. Want to visualize and then pause. Then we want to pause. Hold on. Gotta watch how these stack. So at the beginning of the loop we visualize, which means before the end we pause. Perfect. This is exactly what we wanted. Okay. So every time we update the way you're looking, we're gonna want to visualize and for 100. Now this is gonna scale the animation way up, but should allow us to track the elves. Oh, look at that! Look at them all going. So it's doing a thing closer to what we want, but I'd like to also visualize the current elf before it makes its decision. I think I might actually have this in the old code when I was for debugging purposes. We have a double visual. Nope, we have scaled. Good. So we're going to see an elf. They're going to be all questiony. Then they'll turn to an arrow. 100 milliseconds is a bit fast. Do I crank them all to 250? Well, we'll let it find out. Okay, so it is visualizing their moves, technically. Okay, I'm gonna color them. So the unprocessed ones will be yellow, and the moving ones will be green, and the staying ones will be red. Yeah, because I see certain O's don't actually get changed. Whoa, you're coming back again. Thanks for the raid there, QQ. Wow. Well, thanks for coming on by. Yeah, as you can tell, advent of code, day 23. I thought I might have been able to catch you this time, but I guess I gotta be faster, you know, I gotta be faster with these visualizations. Those who don't know, part 2, well, technically we've done both parts. So, both part 1 and 2 completely solved. Yeah, the part 2, I think all I did was, go for 1,000,000, right? Yeah, I just did the, where is it? Yeah, make sure if there weren't any moves made, do that. And go for infinity rounds. Hey, Stu, also coming on by. I guess I technically have a leaderboard. Don't really do anything with it, but y'all are more than happy to join, or I'll join y'all's. Don't really use it too much. There's the code. But tonight, since it was a relatively lucky one, we are visualizing our code. Of course, well, there it is. So for those who solved it and know what this is, you can kind of see it's going through each elf and adding an arrow to the direction that elf wants to go, and then, boop, the elf goes. It's very plain at the moment. We gotta add some colors and stuff, but it's working. And if I zoom my font out to 6 pixels, it works for the actual data. Oh yeah, it was all hard codes. All hard coded the boundaries. Yeah, so it is possible because the shape of it is this. Where's the shape? Yeah, so the shape of our thing is here. And you need to hard code the teleports. So like if you're here, then you go here, 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 here. It's a lot of math, unfortunately. One, two. Oh, okay. Good counting, everyone. Everyone did good math. It was a pain to debug, yeah. And then I didn't even stream the whole thing. I was like, okay, I'll stream the first half of it, which was doing it for like like the sample case, but I didn't do it for the whole thing. Like I did all that offline, which took me the 4 hours. I think these are the cubes now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I got 7. Ow, no! It's too few, too many. Yeah, I think everyone got that shape. Wow, yeah. Mine was not that fancy. Mine was a bunch of if statements. But yeah, I saw like later I looked on the mega thread and there were some like people who actually implemented it like proper, not hard coded, and like my brain did not sign up for that much math. Precisely, yeah, that's the crazy people who were like figured it all out. Yeah, yeah, there it does too. It works on all inputs technically. Yeah, I bow to your brain for that one. Figuring out that actual generic. I mean, at that point, you're like, build your own game engine, right? Or build your texture, your own UV texture unwrapper. Because essentially, it was a rewrapping of a texture. That's what we implemented. Yeah, that was the hardest one so far for sure. Hoping, I mean, I guess we might get one more hard one tonight. Then tomorrow will be our easy Christmas Eve one. Instead of passing an edge, do left one, right one. Oh, wow. Yeah, that doesn't sound wrong to my brain. It's just very much not what I easily pick up on. Yeah, that's the most concise version of it I've seen so far. That 22B. Let's get rid of that code. Yeah, visualizing this much funner than solving that. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to start coloring these. Ah, okay. I mean, yeah, it is essentially the same. You just scale it up to the 50s from the 4s. If for those who did the super generalized version. Well, not me. Okay, I'm gonna go find my color code. So I need to dig some pretty colors. It's time to color some stuff out. Boop, boop, boop. Colors. Now, how did I do this? What did I do? I'm looking at an old visualization. Oh, it's dot. Oh, it's the weird syntax. Gotcha. Okay, I can figure this out. Nice. That is impressive. After that hard coded, I was like, it's enough. It's fine. We don't we don't need to do any more. But yeah, bravo to you for that one, Epsilon. Okay, I think we need to keep a track of untouched and touched ones, which is technically seen. Ah, of course, yeah. I thought you were a wizard. Oh, I thought you were a god. So I guess you're only a super wizard then. Process equals new set. We love this. For every one of them, we're going to say processed add elf, and then for every this, processed that clear. Lovely. And right down here with the rest of the clearies. Yeah, this year has not been good for me leaderboard wise. I haven't gotten a single one. Usually I try to get one, but the whole streaming thing has slowed down my brain. Closest I got was day 7 on 122, but it's still been fun either way. Yeah, and that my brain, I don't know what happened on what the heck happened on day 12. Oh, this was the brute force BFS elevations one. Yeah, I just failed to implement breath first search like 10 times. Good day was 20. Nice. As you can tell, I have great memory. Yeah, this one. This one, I spent forever just not doing this properly. This whole moving from one index to the next, tried to handle a bunch of off by ones until it's like, oh wait, this is all I'm supposed to do. Nice, pretty close. Yeah. Also, I'm not like using any of my automated input downloading scripts, so not really too much for the leaderboard today or this year. This year, I'm all about the cool visualizations. Okay, process. So let's do this. Where's my visualize code? Where is it? Where is it? Oh man, I've never even done any auto submits. Yeah, I'm fast enough to copy and paste in my book, though. I guess so. That's like you're going really ham for the leaderboard there. Okay, here's visualize world get value. Here's the thing. I gotta see which color this is. Const str equals. Thank you. Now if process. Where is it? Where is it? Why is this not loading? Where's my cool? I put it on the wrong one. Dang, nabbit. That's what you get for having so much duplicated code. Yeah, you're right. It's not anything fancy. It's for me. It's just a Python thing that does it, which basically just makes the request. Yeah, it's nothing too fancy. 4140 curl B. Oh, that's just sleep. Yep. I deleted something. I deleted too much. There we go. Yeah, that's a nice little thing. Once it auto just throws in the clipboard. Yeah. I can see that being useful. Clear. Jeez, I have so much code. Okay, there's our moves. There's our process lives here. Add lives here. Nope, add lives down there, and then clear lives way down there. There we go. Cannot find elf, did I mean self? Hey, I'm not writing in Python this year. Yeah, that's a good one. 3223 part 2. My runtime, it's not the best, to be honest. It does take a minute, though we can look right now, I suppose. See, I haven't made that many optimizations. So it's basically just simulate the thing 1,000 or 1,000,000 times. So I imagine I could do optimizations for things that have stale in some way, but as you can see, it's not 5 minutes, but it's also not 10 seconds. Now, to use somewhat efficient things, I use sets, I use maps. I calculate. I do kind of touch my neighbors twice, which could be my optimization. 31 seconds, TypeScript. That's part 1 and 2, but I suppose we can get rid of 2. 12 seconds. Yeah, I mean, between the computer and using TS Node and using JavaScript in general, I'm sure there are lots of optimizations to be made. I'm also not golfing for lowest run times this year either. Just curious to get it runnable. Let's turn off part 1. We can isolate. Perl 5. I mean, those older languages generally were efficient though. Or they prevented you from doing inefficient things, another way to phrase it. Oh yeah, it seems like part 2 is literally taking up all the time. Nom 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 nom. Yep, yep, part 2 is taking the whole 30 seconds. I probably could look at it. I don't even know. It's probably gonna bump it to 60 seconds to be honest. I won't stare at it. Yeah, I'm not using the worst data structures, sets and maps and stuff. And we're gonna see in about 60 seconds where it's taking the most time, but I know this is hella inefficient. So I know that's my number one thing. Because this is doing it for every time. Elf splits. Like, this is very inefficient. I can see that for sure. Yeah, same data structure. And all the string manipulation. Honestly, the string manipulation is probably what's slowing me down the most. Did you finish profiling? No. Gotta take more. But again, it's the easiest way to do it. And if I was in Python, I'd be using like an actual tuple, but I don't think there's a JavaScript friendly way of doing this because the maps take any keys, but those are referential based on things. So if I make a new tuple, it won't point to the old tuple. Oh, you got a viz too. I like to see. See if this profile no finished. Oh wow. Wow, this is today's. That was quick. Very much Conway's Game of Life, huh? Wow, okay, let me make okay, that's high as we get. Nice. Oh, and using the Unicode block character arrows. Yeah, I should grab those too. And the dot characters. Man. I mean, it's basically what mine's gonna turn into when I'm done with it. Yeah, YouTube did what YouTube does. Oh, I see what you're doing. You're using the those characters. Interesting. Yeah, that's a great visualization. Okay, this thing don't want a profile. Maybe we'll come back later. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah. YouTube being YouTube, but that's what we got GitHub for. View raw. I can do that. Okay, don't be weird. Oh, wow. That's even more efficient than what I'm doing. I'm just like, it looks good. I'll take it from the VOD. Nice. What's the key? There it is. Yeah. That's the most efficient way you can get it, right? I see the character you use. You use the partial block character. Nice. Mine. I'm trying not to get too difficult because for part 1, I got crazy and I was like, I'm gonna make the coolest visualization ever. Oh yeah, that's right. You're actually drawing graphics. Yeah. 0, 1. Oh wait, where is it? Yeah, my most painful visualization was day 1, where I had the wise idea to use D3 of all things. So let me bring in the file. Code unknown. Where is it? Code 22. Oh, one. Where'd it go? Come on. Get in there. And this thing barely runs, so so this is the elf calorie counter. If you don't remember, each grouping of circles is technically a single elf, and I count them by just merging them all and highlighting the largest circle among them. It was with D3, and it was very painful, so that's why I've downgraded to ASCII animations, because those do not take as long to make. It also doesn't help that I don't really know how to use D3, but it works, technically. Then the simulation crashes because there's too many and it goes fast. Yeah, definitely, for sure. Yeah, I don't know if you were here. I'm trying to remember which raid you came in on. You probably didn't see it. 18 is my favorite browser one so far. The timing is a little meh, but I visualized the day 18, which was just begging to be visualized, you know? So the whole drawing of this, and you know what, that's too slow. Too slow, go fast. There we go. So this and the part one, searching for external faces. 3JS, just begging to be visualized, you know? Yeah. There used to be the 6. I don't know where that went either. Yeah. Now, one visualization I am looking forward to, though I'm also not looking forward to, is the one, the only day 22. Because that's practically going to be like you're an ant on a 3D cube and you're just walking around it or something like that. It's going to be something. Definitely not looking forward to it because it's going to be a tough one. Okay, so the profiling thing just decided to die on me. Let's see. Yeah, profiler didn't profile. Surprise, surprise. My code was so bad, the profiler gave up. Yeah, that's kind of the inspiration for sure. Always interesting ways of doing it. Okay, let's get this one back going. Right, so what I want to do is I wanted to color these. I'm looking on the wrong file. There we go. So I'll make say let if process dot has str str rc. So if you process it, then str equals str green. Also depends on your character. If str triple equals an O, then you're doing one thing. Oh, I don't know where that came from. When it came from the clipboard, I know where it came from. So if you're 1, you're green, else you are red. So TypeScript is confused because colors modifies the prototype. That's okay, we can ignore that. Else str equals str dot yellow. Oh, nice. Even did one of 12. Lovely. Oh, this is the elevation one. Yeah. I saw some pretty cool ones of this too. Part two. Oh, yeah, because you can start from any of them. That's a good one. Yeah, perfect. Beautiful. Can't imagine any better way to do it. ASCII wise. Yeah, it's on the list. Just did not wasn't able to do it the day of because again 4,000. That was the one I failed on the worst. Couldn't implement the search for the life of me. Line. Okay, let's see if these colors actually work. They're all yellow, and look at that, they're turning green and red. BEA, beautiful. Maybe the yellow's a little bit much, but I like it. Why are they turning red? They're turning red because they can't go anywhere, right? Okay, what I can also do is highlight the target dot as a different color. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I mean, I'm running out of colors here. I guess they'll also be yellow. I'll leave, I'll drop the yellow entirely. I'll only get so many colors here. There we go. So targeting is essentially, nope, moves. Right, so it's moves. I guess we gotta add a delay here to visualize it before we clear it. We could do some stuff here. We really gotta crank that one to 50 to actually see movement with this. It's already hard coding timings everywhere. Okay, so I want moves. Now the keys is where it goes. So if current position and moves key, draw it yellow. You can't move to another elf. There you go. So line equals dot. Here comes our logic. If moves, I swear, Copilot has a microphone sometimes. Well, and then it does that. Maybe I will like an X. Well, oh no. Oh no. Let's try an X marks the spot. We love X's. Well, don't like that. Let's see what X's look like. I do gotta go get those better Unicode arrows though. Ooh, X is a bit big, a bit loud. Too big, too loud. TypeScript can be angry. I know there's the better way to use colors JS to not be TypeScript angry, but this is easier. That yellow is so freaking subtle. Wow. It's so subtle. Need to get a better character. Or a better color, rather. We got that purple. I hope it's purple and not magenta, so that's gonna explode in air if it is. Ooh, undefined, yeah. Would help if I spelled the word magenta. There we go. Now those are a bit more visible. Still out of it, but still visible. Oh yeah, okay, I'm loving those. The visualization was pretty quick, all the moves. Let's turn it up a little. Now this will be where I visually highlight these two characters so both of them get a visual. Of course, none of this is scaling for duration or anything, but... Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. That's being a little flickery because I'm hitting some limits here. But yeah, I am liking it. Yeah, it's looking pretty good so far there, Stu Square. Stu Squared. Okay, now this... Again, this is good in my book. Huh, here's when I turn up the rate on this, it's gonna freaking freak out because it's not prepared for any of it. But at least for small scale, I would like to additionally include our actual results. Oh, I was not aware. It's just the one I found. It's Chalk.js 17 versus... Oh, wow. I guess I'm using the unpopular one. Jeez Louise. I guess it's just the first one I picked out, to be honest. How's it work? It looks like it works basically the same, to be honest, but yeah, I'm surprised. Um, I guess I just searched for NPM colors, and that was the first library that came up. So good SEO on this person grabbing the name. I mean, yeah, it's 3 years old. I definitely shouldn't be using this library, it being so old and outdated. Yeah, how do they syntax dot blue da, 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 da. I remember one time I had a versioning thing with it. With like a module thing. Like it didn't like CommonJS, or I was trying to use it somewhere in one environment and it would not like it for whatever reason. Maybe that's why I went away from it for just picking one. But yeah, I'll definitely be checking it out since it is actually the more maintained library, so makes sense for sure. But at least for this one, we'll stick with colors just to get her working. Okay, so this is working. I'm trying to think what I'm missing. Okay, aside from this, yeah, we can't scale it up because I'm not using Blessed or anything that will handle all the renders. And we can already see flickering at some points. Oh, I want to output my part 1 and part 2. That's right, that's right. So what are these calculated values? That is the number of empties in the range, visible range, and how many we have moved. Got it, got it, got it. So we can do that both. So let move this round equals 0. Then move this round plus plus. And I guess we'll just move this up so we can always have it available to us. Reset it in here. Move this round equals 0. That's the one thing we're counting. The other is the number in the current MX, MY, and all this stuff. Let's see. So let's see. Let current min x. See if Copilot can help me. Ooh, that's not what we're looking for. Min y. Come on, figure it out. Then it's for const elf of world dot keys, I guess. Poor thing can't figure it out. So yes, at the minimums. Where did I choose minimums again? Were infinity. And then maximums were negative infinity. Lovely. Now this should Copilot my way through. Thank you very much. And I'm counting all the empty spaces in here. So empty with n equals 0. If you're a dot, you are a... Oh no, that's not right. If world doesn't have... Hold on, let me do math this out. So if you're the current one, then you're a question mark. If the world has you, else it doesn't have you. There you go. Empty within plus plus. Finally, for our last line, lines dot push, and then p1, p2. There we go. So part 1 is empty within, and part 2 is the number of, well, I guess it's current round, but moved this round. Oh wow, you want to show this stuff too, huh? I guess we'll go ahead and put a round counter in here. Why not? I guess it's the letter R. Brought to you by the letter R, which is out of scope. Would you look at that? It is. Well, we can fix that. We'll have a good use of scope. Well, let's not freak TypeScript out. Okay, this should visualize some information. Now for timings, we're going to want to speed things up. So all of our 250s come 100s. Maybe the first and end shouldn't be, but let's see how it looks. There we go. So 110 in there. Then, boop, we moved 11. We moved 11 again. What is up with our part 1 not changing? Let's wait when one of them get out of edge, I guess. Okay, again, we could have more speed here. Part 1 is still 110, unfortunately. I know it's only 10 rounds for the one. Okay, so that just stayed 110. So how did I count that? Empty within. I have to make sure it's within the bounds. So, if R and C are in current bounds. There we go. So if this, then you start counting. Okay, and I guess this is moved this round. MTR and then round. Moves. Yeah, moved is fine enough. And let's decrease this even further. 100 down to 15, except for the last and first. Or I guess this is really, yeah, for this one, which will stay up at 100. So fast, but with pauses. Still visualizable. Wow, it's almost like some kind of cyclic effect. I didn't even look at the numbers. I should look at the numbers. There we go, yeah. Nice, okay, so I think we're time to go crazy, which is gonna go really bad first, and then we'll figure it out. That's not the right one. I need to go to my settings, JSON. I don't think it's global. There you go. Turn you down to 6 so we can't read our terminal, and wish me luck. Ah, it ran perfectly fine. We didn't tell it to do anything. Hey. Well, don't do that. Do this. Moment of truth. Oh, Lord. Okay, so as you can see, the refresh rate is a bit too high. This is where, and it's the same problem with my previous visualizations, haven't tackled it. I need to debounce the delay, essentially. So 15 is too much for all these lines. Let's double it to 30. I'll need to start chopping out some of these animations because they do not work. Ooh, 30 is really close. I think 50 will be our sweet spot. Place for this scale. And we'll need to eliminate a number of them here. Yeah, so for every elf, we don't need to see... We'll see where you end up. That's enough. And we'll see there. We don't need to see you moving. We only need to see your end state. So this should still be 1 per elf. Oof. Still a bit jittery. Okay, the red ones are zooming by, but geez. This is, again, what we get for using a bunch of console logs. not made for it. There we go. But at the cost of now it's so freaking slow. Yeah, debouncing this obviously the proper solution. Just for getting it working though, the way we're going to do this is not visualize every single elf. I think this visualization will now be once around or twice around pre and post. There we go. It's a little flickery. Oh, I'm only doing 10 rounds, of course. That's all it does. What was my actual answer? See, like, can I visualize this in a reasonable amount of time? 948. Okay, I could. I just need to increase these to something like 250, and then it's 500 times 900. Okay, that's a lot of milliseconds. But at least be visualable. And we know it's not a million, we know it's 1,000 rounds. Oh, don't know where that just went. There it is. Now let's, nope, not do that. Have ourselves a Lucky Lou. Okay, now that jerkiness is literally just things moving. Okay, we're doing double one and single the other. We'd like to not double delay. Actually, we do want a double delay. We want it on that end. Yeah, where do we want it? We want it down there. There we go. Okay, this should be what we want. And now they're equally... Okay, my G's, I'm just... I'm fighting for race conditions at this point. But it is working. As visually unpleasing compared to some other cool ones it is. It is doing what I wanted in. Like all the other ones, polishing this up. Doing the first round manually, and then all the other ones fast forward. Would look good. And I do want, now that I've seen it in action, I most definitely do want to, at least for round 1 or the first 5 elves, visualize all my neighbors and do the, like, visualize the algorithm. Because as cool as these are, I kind of like when I can see the logic behind the visualization. So, definitely gonna do that. But before we do that, we are going to jump off in a moment, but not just yet. Because since I have seen 18 not looking good, we're going to try and make it look a little better. 2218. Where is it? So this thing used to look good visually, but then I broke it. So how did I break it? Just want to fix this real quick. Fade all, render queue. Where was it? Where was it? Oh, this is where it was. I turned these off. Now, let's see if this does the trick. Nope, that went to a different browser. This is the browser we want to look at. Okay, well, I guess we gotta wait 10 seconds for this to zoom. Oh, I still have fly controls in here. Oh, this is awkward. I'm now going into space. There you go. This is the visualization that I kind of cut out for time, but this is the stuff I like to see. It's like, oh, you can actually see the logical process behind what it's trying to do. The reds are for the already existing, and the whites are for the actual counts. But yeah, folks, that is Advent of Code Day 23 solved, visualized. I think I still had that and synced away. Again, thanks everyone for coming on by. we still got, what is it? 2 more to go, right? We got today's and tomorrow. So, looking forward to solving those. And yeah, again, appreciate the raids from QQ and from Yuwu. Be sure to get you back one of these days. And yeah, gonna find someone else to raid. We got Low Poly. A fellow hunter dever. They do some pretty cool projects and stuff. So we can go over there, show them some love, take a Advent of Code break real quick. Oh yeah, Oh, well, if you don't know what 100 Devs is, I'll go ahead and explain that. So 100 Devs is and I'm kind of also going, I guess, part of it, end of it now. It's a agency with a free training program, a web development agency. So like full stack, MERN, JavaScript stuff, and it goes from, at least the training part of it goes from keyboard literate to full stack web developer, and that's completely free. Every time almost forget to say that. And it basically goes through from HTML, CSS, JavaScript, backend, front end, whole shebang. And unlike the paid boot camps that you can spend 20,000 for, it actually helps you get a job with them instead of being like, great, you know it, now pay us our money, or like, that's it. So yeah, I've been through there, and yeah, there are a couple other people who also stream in it. Low Poly Princess being one of them. And again, there's no referral or payment or any of that stuff. Don't believe me. Jump on the Discord, check them out if you don't trust it. Yeah, I'm sure y'all seen Learn with Leon at least. Got the big raids. But yeah, with that, I'm gonna jump off and we'll catch y'all tomorrow. Toodles, folks.